very special day. So Ben Pakulski, IFBB Pro, is putting us through a workout this morning. We've got back and we've got biceps, obviously. I've done back with Ben before and he's absolutely amazing at working the muscles, getting at my muscle connection, disengaging, engaging how you should work a back without using too much of your assisting muscles. And he understands that we have these disciplines that we have to work upon, and he's going to put us through a back workout now that's only going to positively influence our disciplines with the swim, with the bike, with the run. Ben Pakulski, IFBB Pro here. I've trained at this gym facility quite a few times when I was here about a year and a half ago, and it was fantastic. It's like, you think about an alcoholic going into a pub and there's every drink that you could possibly think of. This is what it's like for bodybuilders and anybody into physical activity or annihilation. It's just a fantastic array of equipment here. And Ben is very How would you describe your training, actually? Let me leave that to you.
You know, sometimes when I say it, and it sounds like I'm putting other people down, but it's just an intelligent approach to muscle building. It's methodical, it's very specific. So ultimately the difference between what we do here and what most people do is we try to advocate an internal focus. So I want to focus on what the muscles do. So I want to focus on my internal focus is like, well, what's this muscle meant to do and how can I load the muscle? Rather than most people having an external focus, meaning they're thinking about an exercise, thinking about moving a weight. So we're trying to create an internal focus because we're trying to train muscles. We're not trying to train movement. So that means if you're training for powerlifting, you're training for strength training, that's different. But as someone who's training for as a bodybuilder or hypertrophy training or transformation style thing, I'm trying to transform my body. We're trying to change what's happening on the inside. We're trying to change your muscle.
Yeah.
So we have an internal focus. So we're forgetting about we eliminate bias or attachment to exercises, and we think of like, how can we most aggressively and specifically load a muscle? And that's really the difference.
Okay, so what we're doing today.
Yeah, so we're doing specific to this exercise, we're doing a 45-degree back extension, just really isolating all the segments of the spinal extension. So many people do this exercise and they focus on hip extension, so they're thinking about the muscles that extend the hip. But you guys spend so much time on your bike where you're really hunched over, all those muscles of your spine get really lengthened and maybe lose some of their tone. So what we want to do is actually train those muscles very specifically at every spinous process, every inch of your spine, to develop that muscular tone to allow those muscles to work more effectively and efficiently, maybe transferring better into a swim or into a run where there's that rotational component and allowing you to stay nice and tall at the spine rather than being kind of here, which is what you see most cyclists end up looking like, right? They end up being very in this thoracic flexed position. So we're going to get
crushing your diaphragm.
Yeah, exactly. Limit your breathing, but also most importantly, limit rotation, because if you're here in this flexed position, you can't rotate. So if we can keep that spine nice and strong and nice and tall by adding a degree of tone in the spinal extensors, we can probably improve your efficiency on the run and the swing. So something to think about. But it's just very specific, really slow, controlled movement, very methodical.
Okay, so now he is putting us through the very first exercise, which is a hyperextension, where, as you can see, is very different to what we usually do with weight, extending from the lower back. We're actually rounding up from the lower to the upper, and then disengage and rounding and disengaging the upper at the top of the movement first to curl back down. So think of like an ab crunch, but in the opposite direction for your back.
Now think about extending out straight. So if you're trying to extend against my hand without pushing into it. Yeah, there you go. Good. Exhale, slowly round around my hand, don't touch it. Exhale. Right here. Come back. Yeah. Here first. Extend all the way. Extend your hand, but don't touch it. Yep, so it's like extending your chest out toward the wall. Good, now do one more. Yep. From here. Slowly do the negative, and we're going to drop the weight. Drop the weight. Keep going, we're going to do few more. Same process, nothing changes. Cross your hands, cross your chest. Yep. Here, rotate toward that wall. Yep. Hold, 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 hold. Yep. Here. Extend right there. Keep extending. Don't touch my hand. There you go. Extend. That's better. No, other way. Yep. This way. This way. Hold. Breathe and relax. Good. So thoracic extension tends to be one of those places that most bodybuilders aren't so awesome at. So that's something. Give it like 10 seconds, and I want you to actually do that again. But we won't do the extension. We'll just do the rotation.
Okay, just stay at the top.
Yeah. So this is something you can help them with. Just stay at the top, and actually just give them a little bit extra. So just try to relax, man. Unless you, I don't want you holding your breath. Come back over the other way. So I'm just giving them a little bit further. Good. You can actually add resistance to this, right? So once he gets there, if I wanted to be a big dip, I try to pull him out and make you resist. Go the other way. Good there. Keep going the other way. Hold that. So what you'll notice, Kris, is this will actually have a tremendous impact on your ability to recruit your upper body, your ability to recruit your lats. Once you go over there and actually try to recruit your lats, you'll be able to recruit your lats a lot better.
Wow. Yeah, completely different. We generally didn't get it so much.
Right.
And
as you get better at it, you'll be able to actually select where it goes. You'll be able to move it up higher. So now you got to do it and get it up kind of like in here, which is good because when you're selecting, that's where you're going to be.
Yeah.
So right now your body's trying to use where it's strong, so it's using these big reactors. If you get really extended, you can actually get it to where it's like a little higher.
Yeah.
Which would have a better benefit for you. All right, so our main objective here, when you train any muscle, like I spoke about, internal focus. So forget about what this is doing, forget about what everything's doing. My lat originates here on this point in the spine, and it inserts just kind of like in here under the arm. So all I'm thinking about, that's the insertion, that's the origin. All I want to do is bring those 2 points close together. That's all muscles do. They shorten. So I'm just trying to bring those 2 points as close as I possibly can together, and I'll take them as far apart as I possibly can. Keep going, take them apart, take them apart, take them apart. Okay, now see how that big distance? And now as he pulls them together, muscle's getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Keep going, pull that arm behind you now, not that's it. So most guys are thinking about bringing this elbow to the back, which doesn't bring him up, which is not going to affect the lat. I want to think about bringing this part as close as I can to my spine, really. That's it. Pull this across, pull this across, pull this. That's right. Good. And now when you stretch, prevent that rotation at the spine. Just let the shoulder push. Yep, that's what this one's for. Vision that. So you're going to close your eyes, you're going to have an internal focus and think about what's happening at that muscle. The muscle's getting real long, real long, real long, real long. And then pull from here, pull it across the body. Back behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you. Switch on.
Oh yeah, wow, I felt the difference in that. Using little tiny weights here while in comparison, but feeling real good contraction right throughout the lats, especially holding it at the top for an extra 2 seconds. All of this is coming back now. You taught me all of this about a year and a half ago, but you lose your way. And every now and again, it's good to have an exam, isn't it?
So, if you look at a machine, this is your axis of rotation, right? So all the weight loads around this axis.
Yeah.
And the further this weight is from that axis, the heavier it is. Kind of like if I hold the weight here, this is my axis, it's light. Whereas if I hold it here, it's really freaking hard. Same idea there, man. So the further that weight is from that axis, the heavier it's going to be. Yeah. And then conversely, obviously, the closer it gets to that axis, the lighter it's going to be. So acknowledging what my body's capabilities are. So acknowledging that my lats are really strong here and get proportionally weaker and weaker and weaker and are really, really weak right in that short position. Ideally, an exercise should match that, right? Because ideally you want to have maximum output capability for the entire exercise. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So I want to match my body's capability through every inch. So the ideal circumstance is the weight is maximum here and gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So if I did that exercise seated the way it's meant to be, right here, it's actually lightest, and when I pull here, you see how now the distance is its greatest?
Yeah.
So that's going to be where it's heaviest,
Yeah.
which is the opposite. So if I actually come back here and start here, now I'm starting in the heaviest position.
Right.
Notice how as I pull up, it actually goes that way.
Yeah.
So it's actually getting lighter.
Right, that makes sense.
So you're actually trying to effectively match what your body does.
Okay.
That's the reason, rather than just looking, making you stand up, you do something different.
Sure.
Change your body. Lat only, not the arm. See where the tension's going. Use the lat, not the arm, man. Pull it down with the lat. Keep the lat back. Go. That's better.
Ooh.
Oh, don't move your body. Come on. Oh, I got you. I squash you. Let's go. Move. Strong leg, strong arm. Oh. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Pull. One more. Come on, bud. Stay strong. Pull.
I think I just peed a little.
Work it elbow lift. Bend your elbow back.
Oh, wow.
Bring your upper arm into that pad. So forget about moving the weight fast. Aggressively push into that pad. All the way from here. All the way in.
Had a great workout with Ben Pakulski this morning. It's always good to connect with him and go through the MI40 training principles, which is really good at engaging and disengaging and re-educating your brain to contract the muscles in a different way. Like, I really feel my back after that session this morning. Even though I was using half the weight that I predominantly use, I was activating the singular muscles that were supposed to be used without any supplementary muscle groups or any fixators or any assisting secondary muscles. So it was really good to get that session in. Obviously we split that up with our cardio because we ran out of time, so we will hit the bike later on. Hey guys, Kris Gethin. Hope you enjoyed these videos. If you want more videos like this, check out the Caged Muscle YouTube and the Kris Gethin YouTube. And if you want the Caged Muscle products, you can get them on cagedmuscle.com.